Hi, friends! In this video, I wanted to give some recommendations for romance manga featuring an older cast of characters. Well, I do really love a good shoujo romance. Typically, shoujo romance will follow a cast of characters that are like in high school or university. And sometimes, if you're older like me and have graduated university, it's just nice to read about a cast of older characters. Even if you're not graduated, sometimes it's nice to have variety. So, all 10 of these manga that I will be recommending are going to have a cast older than university aged and will be from a variety of demographics. I don't really we're looking at older romance, okay? That's what binds everything together today. A lot of them, most of them, almost all of them, I'm sorry, but only have Japanese out right now, but fingers crossed that changes in the near future. But let's get into the manga. The first manga is Zaha no Koi. This one, I'm not sure if it has an English or not out. And it will be either 2 or 3 volumes. I'm pretty sure it is complete. This is a vampire romance series. I've only read the first chapter, so I'm very excited to continue reading. This is a more sad one from what I can tell. This series follows a vampire who many, many years ago, he hated like all humans and all of humanity. One woman was able to slowly but surely break into his heart. And then when they were met, they like set up a date and time. They were going to meet somewhere, and the sun shined on him, causing him to evaporate into dust because he's a vampire. And when the woman went to the spot and didn't see him, she assumed that he like fled and left. She didn't know he was a vampire. She assumed that he just ditched her. She thought he was like a transient man who was like wandering from place to place and he moved on. But he wasn't. He was a vampire who loved her. He turned to dust for her because he was waiting for her. And it's just really sad. And through sheer willpower, over tens and tens of years, the dust particles that were him slowly gathered back together and he regained his like human vampire form. And though it's been tens and tens of years, he's determined to see her again. So he sets out on a little journey to find her. And isn't that so sad? So I need I haven't read it yet because every time I think of it, I want to cry. That's so sad. But yeah, older cast of characters. The female lead is a grandma in this one, and it's so sweet because he doesn't age, but she does because he's a vampire and she's not, and it's just sad. Okay, moving away from sad stories. Here is Tonari no Motokare-kun. Tonari no Motokare-kun. This one, I think it's ongoing. I have the first 2 volumes. I don't think this one has an English out. I'm sorry. This one's a really sweet series. Again, I've only read the first chapter, so I'm so excited to read this one. It is about a reunited couple. So when they were like 15, 16 in high school, the 2 on the cover here were each other's first loves. Like they did everything together, super cute couple. And then one of them had to move away, which caused them to break up. You know, they're young, long distance doesn't always work. Now, so many years later, both of them are 40. And they just so happen to be next door neighbors now because one of them moved into the apartment next door. And or I don't know if it's next door, but they live in the same apartment complex. And they spot each other, and it's like an oh my goodness situation. What should I do? Oh my goodness. And like all of their feelings come back from their like first time knowing each other and dating each other. And it's just really cute. And there's like a lot of flashbacks showing like, well, they have changed. They haven't changed that much. And it's really cute. I'm excited to continue reading this one. I really like it. My next one I have read. This is Kingyoya-san no Karisome Fuufu. As far as I know, this one also doesn't have an English. And it has at least 3 volumes because I have 3 volumes and I've read the first 2. This is a series all about a like contract relationship, a contract marriage. He is the owner of a goldfish shop. He inherited it from his grandparents, I think it was. But he is in a lot of debt. He needs money. She is from a very seemingly rich and powerful family who she wants to work as an author. They don't want her to work as an author. So she breaks off her like relationship with her family so that she can publish under her own pen name, and she needs a husband to do that. So she has money, he has a last name. So they get married and they get married like the day they meet. And from there, their relationship starts. It starts off a little bit awkward, but as time goes on, they get to know each other and it's nice. I really like this one. I found it to be pretty unique, even though like contract relationship stories aren't all that uncommon. I do like their dynamic in this one. I thought it was really nice. It's definitely a more slow burn series. My next one does have an English, and that is Stomp, Kick, Love. This one in Japanese has 6 volumes out now. When will volume 7 come out? Yeah, 6. When? And it is so good. This one's one of my favorites. It is a very toxic relationship kind of story, but it's just so good. This series follows our very dysfunctional like couple, I want to say. Our female lead is a very competent woman. She can do like basically anything. At work, she is praised for being so competent. Everybody looks up to her. She's like the best. On her off time, she likes to go drinking at a bar. At the bar, she made a friend out of this guy who's clearly a playboy. He's like pretty scummy, but even though he kind of sucks, their banter is very good. They get on very well. They have a very fun relationship until they end up sleeping together one night and then everything changes and then it just goes on from there. It's just so good. The banter so good. Their relationship so toxic but so entertaining. It's very good. My next one also has an English, which is Takahashi from the Bike Shop. This one also has a drama if you're interested in that. I read the first volume in English, borrowed through the library, liked it so much that I bought the first 2 volumes in Japanese. This one talks about our female lead is an office worker who really, like, she's kind of not enjoying her life. Her job kind of sucks. Her boss really sucks. She needs like a change of pace. One day, she meets Takahashi from the Bike Shop, like the title suggests, and the two of them hit it off. He's more of like a Yankee, like delinquent type of character who, like, he speaks his mind. He doesn't really care what other people think. While she's a more timid, or not even timid, but she's more like I don't know if shy is the right word, but she cares what people think. She really thinks before she speaks. She is very careful, kind of the opposite of him. And through meeting each other, they're able to open up and they help each other grow and it's just sweet. I do hear it gets a little bit sad, but volume 1 isn't sad. It's very nice. I really like their relationship. It's definitely like a grown-up relationship. They have very good like communication skills and I liked that. I liked that like the second one of them seemed to have a problem. The other one was like, hey, like, what's going on? I liked that. No time for miscommunication. My next one definitely does not have an English publication. This one is completed at 2 volumes. It is very small. This is a GC Pixiv one. This one is called Yankee Ashistanto no Ashizawa-kun ni Koi o Shita. This is a series all about a mangaka or a manga author who falls in love with her assistant. It's really funny. It's really sweet. So she just so happens to be the assistant's favorite author like ever. And she doesn't know that. So he's very good at keeping it hush hush. He is her biggest fan, but he'll never let her know it. She falls in love with him pretty quickly, but she doesn't want him to know it because that's inappropriate. She's his boss. And so they love each other, but they can't say anything to each other. So there's like a lot of tension. It's sweet, it's funny, it has a very nice ending. I liked it a lot. My next one does not have an English, and that is this one called Gokudou Kyun Koi. It's a silly title. This series I like because it's a Yakuza story, but the communication is bad. So I like the setting, don't like the communication. What can you do? You got give and take. This series is about we have our female lead here who is an author who is hired to write the screenplay for a play or for a drama all about Yakuza. But how will she do that? She doesn't know that world. She can't really write about it if she doesn't know it. Luckily for her, though, she meets this guy at the gym who she lovingly nicknames Mr. Turtleneck because she sees him always wearing a turtleneck and finds out he's a Yakuza boss. Oh my goodness, what luck. And it just so happens that she is his favorite author. So when she asks him to introduce her to his world, he's like, oh my God, my idol wants to step into my world. Of course. And then we learn more about them. It's funny, to me at least, because their dynamic is strange. I like series about female authors or male authors, but I haven't read anything with a male author. I would like it if I read it, probably. But I like series that follow authors. I like a good Yakuza story. I do wish there was better communication between them because they're adults and they should know how to talk. but I can forgive it because I like the rest of it. This one does have an English because I'm holding the English version right in front of me. This is The Ice Guy and the Cool Girl. This is a very like laid back romantasy series about two office workers who fall in love with each other. She is just a super cool, chill girl. He is the descendant of an ice spirit. He has icy magical powers. When he feels big emotions, he conjures up snowstorms and ice storms and whatnot. And we watch as the two of them like fluster each other, and it's just cute. It's very, very, very laid back. So I like this when it's like 2 a.m. and I want to read something easy. I reach for that. My next one was a canceled series, unfortunately, but I do still think it's worth checking out because it is very fun. No English yet because it was canceled. I don't know if it will get one. But this one is called Konda wa Korosaretakunai Azarashi-san. This series is funny. Everything about it is really, really funny. We have our female lead. In her past life, she was a seal, and she remembers everything from her past life. And in this life, she has the strange ability to know what other people were also in their past lives. So at work, Miss used to be a seal, sees her new coworker, who just so happens to be the very polar bear that ate her in her past life. And now she's having difficulties because in this life, he really, really likes her and wants to be like good friends, maybe more. But she sees him as the polar bear that ate her. And it's funny. It's an office like comedy romance. Everybody is like an interesting character. Like their past lives characteristics really come out in this life. So like he's a polar bear, so he's able to really go for it. We see there's like an octopus who's kind of grabby and like popular with women. It's fun. I wish it wasn't canceled because it was very fun, but what can you do? And then my last one, I don't know how to categorize it because it is technically a manga, isn't it? Which is Veil Kotteri. I don't know what order to read it in, but Veil Kotteri. This one I was kind of on the fence about at first, and that's only because I have it in Japanese and the writing is hard for me to read. And I feel kind of dumb when I try and read it because it's hard for me to read because it's kind of like cursive Japanese and like cursive kanji is not my friend. But I reread it a few times and it is so lovely. I was on the fence about it because it is more like an art book or like a picture book, but it does tell a story overall, so I chose to include it here. This one is about a blind woman and a police officer and their relationship, like slowly growing. It is technically a romance. They are both adults, so I'm including it in here. If you like stuff with pretty art, or if you like things that are inspired by like French beautiful things, I would recommend this because it is gorgeous. And I reread it multiple times to the point that I was able to enjoy it because it's so pretty. I can look at it over and over again and never get bored. And those were my 10 adult romance recommendations. I do have some more adult romance series in my collection, just I have to read them before I can talk about them.